This is the story of a mother who almost lost her son in the chaos of work, marriage, and motherhood. Something had to give, and it nearly cost her everything. Zawadi's mornings began in the dark. She'd get ready for work, tiptoe past her sleeping husband, and board the first of two buses that carried her across the city. She was 5 months pregnant when she got the job, and as exhausting as it was, she told herself it was temporary. A stepping stone, a sacrifice, a way to help Paul, her husband, with the bills. A few months later, a miracle arrived. A baby boy with big eyes and soft cheeks. Zawadi named him Alex. But barely 6 weeks later, she was back on the bus again. Her body still aching, her emotions a blur, and her shirt met where the milk leaked through. Her breast throbbed from engorgement, tight, painful, and swollen. The office didn't care. The deadlines didn't flinch. And by the time she got home, usually after 9 p.m., Alex was already asleep. She'd stand over his crib in the dim light, watching his chest rise and fall. She often thought out loud, quietly to herself. If given a choice, I would stay. I would raise him. I would teach him our language before it disappears into English lullabies and cartoon voices. I'd be there when he falls, when he laughs, when he needs me. But Paul didn't see it that way. I need you to chip in, he'd say. I can't feed you while you just relax at home. Household chores, not real work. Raising a child, not a talk with value. What does it bring in, you'd ask. What income? Zawadi would look at him, heart heavy. So, is it all about money? Can't you sacrifice a little? Just for a few years until Alex is older? We'd be glad we did, Paul. But Paul stayed silent. One Wednesday, Zawadi took a few days off. Alex had just started school. On this day, she let him go out and play with the other children in the estate. She got caught up, washing clothes, boiling porridge, folding laundry. You know, the kind of work that only mothers understand. And then, suddenly, her gut clenched. Where was Alex? She rushed down the stairs, panic rising. Have you seen Alex? She asked her neighbor. No, came the answer. Her chest tightened. Someone mentioned a group of boys had gone to the river. Zawadi didn't even stop to put on proper shoes. She ran, heart thumping, breaths shallow, eyes scanning for that tiny figure she knew too well. And then she saw them, a group of boys far off. The bigger ones had already crossed. Alex stood at the edge of the river bank, frozen. She screamed his name. Alex! Alex! He turned, tears welling in his eyes. She got him, just in time, his small body trembling as she wrapped him in her arms. That night, she didn't let go of him, not for a second. She lay beside him, hand on his tiny back, staring at the ceiling. Parenting is not for the faint of heart, she whispered to herself. Later that week, Purity, her neighbor, came by. Hodi! Karibu! Zawadi said, smiling faintly. Are you okay? Purity asked. Zawadi sighed, then shared everything. Purity nodded, her face somber. I once lost Mike, my son, for an hour. While he was 3, I thought my heart would burst. Found him with a stranger who was trying to help, but still. They both sat in silence, mothers shaken, but not broken. The world forgets that mothers carry more than just children. They carry fear, they carry guilt, they carry dreams. Zawadi didn't have all the answers, but after that day by the river, one thing became clear. She had to be present, not just for Alex, but for herself. So she started talking, really talking, to Paul, to her boss, to herself. She set boundaries, small ones, but strong. And slowly, day by day, she started to come back to herself. Not just as a mother, but as a woman with choices, a voice, a reason. To every mother listening, if you've ever felt like Zawadi, lost in the noise, stretched by the weight of it all, wondering if you're failing, you are not. You are seen, you are held, and even in the chaos, you are raising brilliance. You're not just a mom, You are the reason someone feels safe in this world. So take a breath, take a moment, take your power back. Share this story with a mother who needs to hear it, and in the comments tell us, what incident will you never forget as a mother, or a moment that almost broke you but didn't? Thank you for listening. Please share, subscribe, and comment.